In the final hours of the RMS Titanic, as the reality of the situation slowly became clear and lifeboats were being prepared for evacuation, made the decision not to leave the ship, choosing instead to remain behind even when opportunities to escape were present, creating one of the most emotional and complex aspects of the Titanic story, one that goes beyond simple explanations and touches deeply on human behavior, belief, and connection. At first, the situation did not appear urgent to many passengers. The ship had been designed and presented as strong and reliable, and there was a general sense of confidence in its ability to handle challenges. This perception influenced how people reacted when they were first informed about the need to move toward lifeboats. For some, the idea of leaving the ship did not seem necessary, as they believed that the situation would be resolved without requiring such drastic action. Families and couples faced difficult decisions as they tried to remain together in a situation that was becoming increasingly uncertain. In some cases, individuals chose to stay because they did not want to be separated from those they cared about. The idea of leaving someone behind, even if it meant increasing their own chances of survival, was not something everyone was willing to accept. There were also social and cultural influences that affected these decisions. At the time, there were expectations about behavior during emergencies, including the idea that certain groups should be given priority in evacuation. These expectations shaped how people responded to the situation, with some individuals stepping back and allowing others to go first, even when it meant reducing their own chances of survival. For others, the decision was influenced by uncertainty and confusion. The evacuation process was not always clear, and information did not reach everyone in the same way. This created a situation where some passengers were unsure about what to do, leading them to delay their decision or remain in place. As time passed, these delays became more significant, reducing the opportunities available to them. The environment on the ship also contributed to these choices. In some areas, the atmosphere remained relatively calm for a period of time, which reinforced the belief that the situation was under control. This calmness made it harder for some people to recognize the urgency of the situation, leading them to underestimate the need to act quickly. As the situation became more serious, the decisions that had been made earlier took on greater importance. Those who had chosen to stay found themselves facing a rapidly changing environment, where options were becoming limited and the reality of the situation could no longer be ignored. The time for decision-making had passed, and the consequences of those decisions were becoming clear. What makes these stories so powerful is the individuality of each decision. There was no single reason why people refused to leave. Instead, each choice was shaped by a combination of factors, including belief, emotion, information, and circumstance, as they were made in moments of uncertainty and pressure. Looking back, the passengers who refused to leave the Titanic represent a deeply human aspect of the tragedy. Their choices highlight the importance of understanding how people think and act in challenging situations, and how emotions and beliefs can influence decisions in ways that are not always predictable. More than a century later, these stories continue to be remembered as part of the Titanic's legacy. They remind us that behind every historical event are individuals making difficult choices, often with limited information and under significant pressure. Their stories add depth to our understanding of the event, showing that the tragedy was not only about what happened, but also about how people experienced and responded to it. The Titanic's story is often told through its most dramatic moments, but it is these quieter, more personal stories that provide a deeper connection to the past, reminding us of the human element that lies at the heart of history.